Back once again on my balcony doing another simple basing technique. So this is probably the easiest way I know how to put texture on your base. So we're going to do it here with my Goblin. And the tools that I have here are just glue. It's the most glue that you can buy anywhere. I bought mine at Walmart. And we have scorched brown paint. I like scorched brown just because it's a dark color that's not black. But realistically, you can use any color. So what we're gonna, and just a brush. I got the tip wet a little bit so that it won't be super thick. So we're gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of glue to our brush. So there's the tip. Let's see if we can do this. So just squeeze it a little bit here. Some glue. So we got some glue here. And we're going to get our little guy and apply the glue to his base. So be fairly generous. We want the sand that we're going to use to stick to the glue. So, be fairly generous. You can go and dip again. I'm just gonna spread it on there. So as you can see, there's just glue on the base. And now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is grab the sand. So here's the sand right here. I got this at the beach for free. So the free kind I think is the best kind of sand. So we're going to go ahead and use it. So just take the base or take the little model and stick it in there and just get some sand on there. So we're just getting some sand on the model, kind of get any excess sand off. So let's see if we can get a better angle. Let's put them back down on the ground. So here's our Goblin with texture on his base. So as you can see, there's the texture. Now the next step is just to let the sand dry on his base. So we're not going to wait. We're just going to put him aside, and we're going to grab a model that's already dry. There's already several models dry. So we're just going to grab this one right here. So we're going to take them over here. So there is our dry model with textured sand on his base. And you don't even necessarily need to do this next step. I'm just going to do it because I want his base to be brown. If you don't want his base to be brown, you don't have to do this. Another thing I'd probably suggest, I'm not next to a sink so I'm not going to do it, is to get the paint, water it down. So just get the paint really wet, just so it goes in between the cracks a little bit more. So my paint is kind of thicker, so it's just kind of getting piled up on top. But what you want is really the paint to be really thin, so it just seeps between the cracks of the model. So we're just going to grab some more paint here and just dab that paint on there. Really what you want is the paint to be kind of like inky. Really, you could just use an ink. That would probably be optimal, so that it just sinks down between the cracks of the sand and kind of locks the sand particles in place. So that is pretty much it. Yeah, super simple. Just get glue on the base, then get the sand to attach to the glue, and there you go. You have a textured model. Let me show you my other ones. So here are the ones that I've done. There's actually two types of sand that I have. Let me get them more in the light. One is a thicker grain sand, and one is a much smaller grain sand. So as you can see, this one has bigger grains, this one has smaller grains. So you can play with it. You can play with different colors. Like I said, I think brown's probably the best way to go. yeah, hopefully that was helpful to you guys. Let me know what you think.